Gare, have you concluded your little cover shoot? Are you on the cover of the Rolling Stone like last time? I hate that song and you know you do too. Gare, I want more than just the conclusion of your book too, you know. Here is my list of demands, I keep it here in my robe somewhere. I may have to disrobe a moment, would you mind that? You're impossible to butter up, Gare, you know that, don't you? Here it is, I want my picture on the back cover. Here's my proposed scenario, the stars are suing humanity, and I am their lawyer. F. Lee Urani. What do you think? I'm just trying to spice things up, this is a dull movie so far, you know. Gare, the selfie you say is going on your back cover of book 2 is not what I had in mind. You know, I learned some spells playing the Wicked Witch of the West, don't make me practice on you now. I'll get you my own selfie in the morning and you can post it on all your Facebooky things.
Selfies on Facebook, Let's Play Podcast. Now, I don't know if Urania will make good on that or not, but you may not know this, but I'm not just looking at pictures of the classical muses. I have a picture of Urania that looks a lot like Helen of Troy, if you know what I mean. We'll see if she goes with that. She's been known. Now, the gods in Greek mythology, the gods were famous for disguising themselves and visiting among mortals. That could happen. She could be wearing like a scarf. She could be wearing stuff in her hair. She could have green hair. She could have aviator shades on. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. So I had Furniture Gate today. I shopped in the barn. I had to pull out a nightstand for the new bed. Found it in the tin can. I had to pull out a table for the hall to replace the kitchen table, which we liked in the hall. And we delivered up to Nathan in Grinnell, who's picking up his partner. His partner is making the flight over from Ithaca. So I hope she gets up those stairs. He's got like 30 of the steepest stairs I've ever seen. And she, as you know, she's got a bad foot and a double concussion. So we'll see how that goes. Then we had Nightlight Gate. It was pitch black where I'm sleeping now. I'm no longer sleeping out on the couch. Don't ask for details on this. I wouldn't tell you. I don't even know the details. But then I put in a blue nightlight, but my wife didn't like it. So then she bought me a one that cuts on and off, but it was as bright as the sun. So now I've got another one that's not quite as light. I've had like 5 night lights. Then I had to find a lamp to go on the end table. I did it all. I found it all on the premises. We didn't spend a cent, which is good because the bed was $17.50. Know what I mean? Anyway, so I've got I ordered a book for the OC board, and you know who the admin is there now. Of course, any boards, any magazines, I will provide a free copy too of the book that's out now. I worked on the new book. I wrote a couple poems. They were almost religious experiences. They just came to me from somewhere else. So that was fun. And I've got Urania's blurb in the front and the back. I've got a table of contents. I just have to write them. I want to keep it short in hopes that it will be very cheap. So if you can't, if I can't send you a free one, it won't cost much, So it's definitely going to be a paperback though. I want to get it done tomorrow if possible so I can move on with my life. Hang out. We're glad you're here. We're sorry about that break. I got to take 'em. Bye.
I've had my way with Gare. It's not what you think though, all you dirty little folks. I merely intercepted him as he was leaving the coop earlier tonight. He was babbling something about nightlights, but I wasn't about to ask. I caught him at the perfect time. He was tired and cranky and would agree to anything, so he agreed to let me narrate his entire second book. After he granted me permission, I thanked him profusely, and then I let him out of his office. Hey, a muse has to do what a muse has to do, you know. In return, I'll be staying up all night writing the middle part of his little paperback. It's the least I can do. Now I also must take that selfie for the back cover. No dumb cardboard stars on sticks though for this muse. I'm a writer now, see. Ciao, darlings.
Well, hello there. Let's Play podcast. So, Urania's sulking after Big Daddy Z reined her in a little. Now, I'm going to start looking through the back catalog. There's stuff that I haven't got out here. For instance, not all the Good, Better, Bests made the book. I've got Good, Better, Best analysis on things like advertising, things like music, things like topics. So I'm gonna dump those out here into the mainstream first and see what happens. I guess I'll just assign them, episode numbers. I always talk about that biodegradable, and then I never pull the trigger. Things never change. So I'm gonna dump all of those first because there may be people out there on the podcast that, haven't looked at the book or something. But this will be bonus content too because I chopped a bunch of it. I didn't want the book to be too long. So here they come. Good, Better, Best. How many stars should you show in your home planetarium? As we play podcast, well, the good solution is you have to show at least, I would say, third magnitude stars. Get any star atlas. They will show what, how far down that is. You want to show at least, 100 or 200 stars. Even the common toy projectors like the famous Spitz Junior with a small 5-inch star ball will show about down to third magnitude. A better solution, of course, is keep drilling. Or take a Spitz Junior or an existing star ball and drill more stars. You can drill as many as you want or as many as you can fit. All the stars that fit, like Rolling Stone used to say. So better, of course, is to go down to the naked eye limit on a mountaintop in the Canary Islands, 6.5 magnitude. They say you can see 2,000 to 3,000 stars with the naked eye under ideal conditions. Now, nobody does that, of course, because a planetarium sky tends to be more crowded, since it's meant to represent infinity of the dome outside. But it's not, it's never quite that way. So it can actually be difficult to pick out constellations in a overcrowded sky. So you can get carried away with that. Plus, the differences in the magnitudes in a planetarium sky are tough to match Mother Nature. So that the difference in the bright stars versus the fainter stars isn't as pronounced. The best solution, though, is to pick a magnitude in between plus one other thing. I would pick around magnitude 4 because that shows you want to achieve an effect, don't you? You want to make an impression, but you still want to be able to pick out specific things. So 1, about magnitude 4 is what I would say is best, but 2, make exceptions, and they're usually in the fainter realm to fill out constellations. Take Libra, for example. Libra is a famous constellation in the zodiac, right? It's formerly the Scorpion's claws, but now if you cut off at third, fourth magnitude, the constellation makes no sense whatsoever. But if you make exceptions. You include stars. This is frequently done with things like the Little Dipper or the little anything, Leo Minor, Equus, the little horse, just so you have a showing and you can show the constellation. So good is, just maybe third magnitude. Better is, of course, 6th magnitude, but best is around 4th magnitude with exceptions to fill out constellations. Thank you very much. Let's play Good, Better, Best. This morning's topic is the amount of detail that you provide to the general public if you are giving shows in your home planetarium. Now, a good thing to do is to provide a general level of detail, but not too much. That's the general overriding rule here. You can't mention all 88 constellations, for example. You'll mention the bright ones, the easy ones, maybe the ones in the season that you are depicting in your sky. But if you talk about Gemini and Leo, there's also dimmer ones like Cancer. You don't want to get into every one because people's eyes will glaze over anyway. So that's a good level of detail. Now, a better level of detail is if you want to hone in on a particular subject, then you give an overview and moderate detail of most things in the sky, but then you hone in and give one or two areas that show your expertise. Now, this can be good for your ego. It can make you feel validated, give you that satisfaction of being a thorough teacher. So a better way to go is to have one highlight. Say, yeah, I'm gonna give an overview of the constellations, but I am gonna give a few arcane, even if you will, details on Leo and the realm of the galaxies. Just now this of course will be satisfying to me, but it will also give something to remember for people. Certain people remember details, but not broad strokes. I'm like that. I remember things people said when I was 6 years old, but I don't remember, what I did that summer, kind of thing. So the best, obviously, is, and this is going to be the case in a lot of these, is a combination and a being able to call audibles. If someone asks for greater detail, of course, you've got it there at your fingertips, but you don't hit your head hit people over the head with it every time. But if they ask, then you provide it, or you do, bring it up when it's needed to make a point, that type of thing. So be flexible. So many times this good, better, best comes down to inflexible, do it my way, versus be flexible and be ready to do it any way that happens to come up or make the most sense. Thanks for listening.